Hello and welcome back to my mom's basement. It is Robbie Fox, and I am here with the very nice, very evil, very famous Danhausen. It's been a long time coming. We've been trying to make this work for a while, and I'm glad we could finally get you on before the end of the year. Danhausen, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Finally, Danhausen is on this very famous show. You can see Danhausen has prepared the boxes.
Yep.
So many merchandises Danhausen must ship out. We have all these boxes. You got the Danhausen head, got the Bart Simpson. It's a very professional setup we have here.
How is the leg doing after the unfortunate injury you suffered on Halloween?
Yes, cursed Halloween, we call it. It is pretty good. Danhausen started physical therapies today. So we've been doing little workouts to get Danhausen back on his feet or leg or whatever. And hopefully Danhausen's leg, his cybernetic new leg, will be stronger than ever.
How did the injury actually happen?
Oh, my. The fellow jumped off the top rope and landed right on Danhausen's leg. And Danhausen heard pop, pop. And he thought his ankle broke because the weird pressures of how it happened. And then he went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "It is your leg." So Danhausen thought he dislocated his leg or his ankle or something, and it popped back in. And then he went to go move his leg, and it did not move, and it popped twice again. So that's what happened. It was quite awful.
That's no good. They should make that move illegal, I think.
Oh, yes, jumping off the top rope is now banned.
So I know a little bit about your history. You've been through many different dimensions. You've been through different, maybe multiverses, you could say, right? Why
Right.
Earth? Why did you settle on Earth?
Seems to be that there's the most monies to be made on Earth.
Gotcha. And is that why you also settled on the wrestling business?
Oh, yes, so many monies to be made in the wrestling business if you can capitalize on it.
Do you like any other sports or no?
Oh, Danhausen is not good at sports, so he had no interest really in the other ones because he cannot do them. So he moved past them and I respect them, but cannot do them. So he does not really watch them. Does not understand the rules.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Wrestling's easy to understand. You beat people up. You hold a tag rope when you're doing a tag team match, and now you cannot jump off the top rope or you'll be disqualified.
Banned.
Banned
Absolutely
from
banned.
wrestling forever.
So you wrestled all over for a while, then you signed a very expensive deal with Ring of Honor, right? And you wrestled
Yes.
for them for a while. They just celebrated the end of an era, what may be the final battle. Did Ring of Honor mean a lot to you in your wrestling career, Danhausen?
Yes, they gave Danhausen his first television series. So gave him his contract. He won his contract from beating a Brian Johnstone on Final Battle. And, that was his first television wrestling home, if you will. So now we go all the way to the end of it. What some of Danhausen's favorite wrestlers came from Ring of Honor. So it was nice to be able to be there.
Who are some of those favorite wrestlers that you speak
But
of?
of course, we got, well, of course, CM Punk.
Mhm.
Got him. We got Brian Danielson. There's Samoa Joe. It's Homicide, who Danhausen got to wrestle.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
That's awesome. And I know you have an extensive action figure collection as well. I am a fan, Hausen, so I follow the videos. I've seen your Star Wars videos, your Marvel videos, your DC videos even. Do you consider yourself a nerd, Danhausen?
A nerd, you say? Yes, probably so, I guess, by the dictionary definition of so. Probably because Danhausen has many, many action figures, but that would mean Egon Page is a nerd too.
Yeah. Well, I think
Couple of nerds.
I think maybe they all fit into that category. Everyone fits into this category. I fit into the category myself. We talk about a lot of nerdy stuff on this show. So did you like this stuff as a child? What was Danhausen like as a child?
Pretty much the same. There's Danhausen used to have collect action figures as a child, but of course I think we all did. And now it is carried over into grown-up Danhausen, and it pretty much collect all the same things, Marvels, horror stuff, comic book stuff just in general, movie things, and what else did you? I used to, go to Halloween dressed as a Dracula, a Kane. Danhausen was a zombie once, but overall it just looked like this. So,
what's it like now seeing people that dress up as Danhausen for Halloween?
Oh, it's the best. They're just dressing up all the time. It doesn't even have to be Halloween. Danhausen gets tagged at least once a week, I would think, as people dressing up as Danhausen. It's quite wonderful. It is one of the moments where Danhausen takes a step back and goes, "Oh, taking over the world is working."
Yeah, when we finally do an in-person interview, maybe I'll dress up as Danhausen. People won't be able to tell us apart.
You have to do it.
So I know you are a big fan of all of this stuff. Did you see the new Spider-Man?
Oh, yes. Danhausen went, I guess, opening day. It was Thursday at 3 p.m. It was the first showing. Then, oh, no, it was 4 p.m. There was a 3 p.m. This is a fun story for you. Not really, but he's going to tell you anyway. There was a 3 p.m., which was the first, but then there was a 4 p.m. that was on a bigger screen. So Danhausen took Davis and Camera Boy Nick to the bigger screened version.
I think the
And
big
we all
screen
got
version is
popcorns
worth it
and
for a
watched
movie
the
like
movie.
that, right?
Yes, you have to see it on the biggest screen possible. There was no IMAX available, so we saw it on what MJR calls is an epic screen.
Oh, was it epic? Did you enjoy the movie?
Oh, it was wonderful. Did you enjoy the movie?
Oh, I
You
loved
just
it.
put up a review, yes?
I did, yeah. I was a huge fan of it. I thought it was awesome. Coming from someone who's experienced some multiversal things, do you think they got that kind of multiverse stuff right? Was it true to real life?
Yes, it seems so. Danhausen's traveled in multiverses of some sort. Yes, it'll do. So, yes, it seems like they got it pretty accurate if you ask Danhausen.
Have you ever met a different version of yourself?
Only the ones that walk around that we just talked about.
Yeah.
These,
Never an
also,
actual variant of Danhausen.
there was one in Australia that Danhausen had to take care of.
Yeah.
He's just, I forget what his name was, but he was just an Australian Danhausen.
Fakehausen.
Apparently, he was also a Derby at one point.
Yeah.
But he's a wrestler, so we had to say
Get
no
rid
to
of that.
Get out of here.
This isn't a franchise.
No, but it could be if he wants to pay Danhausen thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
That's yeah, that's fair.
A regional Danhausen out in Australia would be pretty good.
What about the new Batman? Are you excited for the new Batman as a DC fan as well?
Yes, Danhausen was not looking forward to it, to be quite honest, at first. And then he saw the trailer, and he was like, oh, I'm sold.
Why weren't you looking forward to it? Too many Batmen?
Too many Batmen. And also, Danhausen has not been a fan of the DC films recently.
Yeah, me neither, to be quite honest.
And
it hurts because Batman's my favorite. I got
Yes.
Batman tattooed on me. He is my favorite, but
But they
Zack
had Michael
Snyder got a
Keaton
hold
in
of
that
him.
new trailer, so that's probably going to be fun.
Looks great. I'm all in on Pattinson. I think he's
All in on
awesome.
the Flash, aka Batman, the movie.
Yes, I'm also in on that just because Keaton's back in it. I don't
Yes.
really love the Flash myself, though. Like, he's okay as a hero, but the DC Flash, I don't love.
He's good in the cartoon Justice League.
Yes, he is. Justice League Unlimited and stuff.
Justice League, those cartoon versions are the best of the heroes.
I agree. And you're also a fan of Batman the Animated Series, correct?
Yes, it's a wonderful show. It's coming back, you know.
It is. And it's one of my favorite series of all time. That X-Men 97, right? They're calling it, is coming back.
Yes, I believe so.
It's a good time to be a quote unquote nerd.
Yes, Danhausen would agree. But yes, this new Batman film, I think Robert Pattinson's going to do a good job. It kind of looks like Batman mixed with Seven.
Yeah, it does. That's a good point. Seven's a
good.
great movie, by the way. If people haven't seen
love it.
Seven, what's in the box? What's in the boxes behind you, Danhausen?
Hoodie. There's a hoodie there.
All right. It's not the same thing as Seven, then.
No, it is not Gwyneth Paltrow's head. It is a hoodie.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert, everyone.
Spoilers. Whoa.
Came for Spider-Man spoilers. You got spoiled by Seven.
Speaking of nerd stuff, I saw you've been doing some signings at Comic Cons and different kind of
Yes.
expos over the past year with the likes of MJF, CM Punk. What's it like seeing these people that I've seen from the videos you're clearly very good friends with now that they're fighting with each other? Like, what's it like watching that?
Well, it's quite the conundrum for Danhausen, but CM Punk has always been Danhausen's number one friend. So
Yeah.
going to have to side with that. Gonna have to, loyalty. Also, MJF seems to yell at Danhausen a lot. He pretends we're not friends, but we are good friends.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like there's a lot of people that pretend you're not friends with them, like
Yes, I like these
Colton and
ass
Austin
boys.
Guns. Yeah, I was just about to say. I mean, they're friends of the program. They've been on before. They're very nice to me, and they've been. It seems like they've had it out for you recently. Why do you think
Yes, you
that
do
is?
not understand. Danhausen's just telling him, go by your last name. Your
Yeah.
father went by his last name forever and had great success and money's come in. He seems to be going with it, embracing the ass, if you will. And, this grandma ass has been embracing it, telling the ass boys they should embrace their family name. And they're trying to go by their middle name, which is Gunn, with two N's.
If you could send a message to them, I'll send a message from your behalf to maybe make things better, extend an olive branch. What would you say?
Yes, all right. Colton, Austin, it is Danhausen. It is time to embrace the ass.
Simple
good?
enough.
Think
That's
that was
good.
good.
That was good. I think
Straight and to the point. They even
straight
have
and
a
to the
T-shirt
point.
because of Danhausen now.
They do. It seems like they're making a lot of human money, right? Because of
They should send
Danhausen.
Danhausen 75%.
That's standard for royalties, right?
I think so. Yes.
I think that's about standard. You also have a ton of unique merchandise, especially for wrestlers in the wrestling business. You've got your own zombie sailor action figure now. You've got the
Yes.
coffee. You've got the guitar pedals, which
Oh yes, it's right.
I'm interested in. I'm a bass player myself. So, do you play guitar yourself, or was that just a
Oh yeah,
merchandising
he says
opportunity?
Willy Wah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Danhausen plays the drums actually,
Really?
but he has many friends who plays the guitar, so that's why you made the guitar thing.
Is a Bandhausen something that we could look forward to in the future?
Maybe you get Danhausen together with Chris Dickinson, who also plays the drums, and it will just be a band that plays the drums. And Brody King can be in it. He'll sing.
Well, the Blue Man Group, they're a band that just plays the drums, right?
That's right. So they'll have two drummers, and you have Brody King singing. It'll be
Yeah.
pretty good.
I'm a bass player. If you, I
Oh, and
mean,
then you can be in it too.
I would love to.
And then
That'd be great. We need a
we'll
guitar
have somebody
player,
else play guitar. I don't know.
and they could use the Danhausen pedal when they do.
Yes,
Well, they
only
have to,
that.
really. Yeah.
Yes, that's the only thing they could use.
Were you incorporating like your musical influences in that pedal sound?
Yes, it has a strange sound. He's like a weird. Danhausen doesn't know how to describe it. It has a very nice, very evil setting, but it's a weird noise. So
That's how it
just
should be.
strange, if you will.
Yeah. You are a
People
big
seem
fan
to
of
enjoy
metal
it, though.
music, right? You're a huge metal guy.
Yes, Danhausen likes some metal-y stuff and some hardcore.
Hardcore. What kind of hardcore stuff are you into?
Like Danhausen was, what do you know the band Terror?
Yeah.
There's Half Heart, there's Bane, there's Code Orange, which is in the mix of the metal and such. It's Danhausen's favorite. But you know, all of the olds. Danhausen grew up when he was coming up. He had Bane, Verse, Half Heart, Terror. He saw them all many, many times. He used to
Wow.
travel around to watch them.
So I'd love to do some top fives with you, starting with your top five albums. If Danhausen was dropped on a desert island and only allowed to listen to five albums, what is he bringing along with him?
Oh my. Oh, we shall do. This is going to be hard, you know. All right, we shall do Code Orange Underneath. That one is good because it has a good mix. It's a good mix of different styles in that album.
Very nice, very evil, if you will.
Very nice, very evil, yes. Ooh, we'll do Metallica, Ride the Lightning.
They just did their 40th anniversary shows, which were fantastic, by the way.
Oh, you got to go.
No, I wasn't there, but they streamed them on Amazon.
Okay. We'll do
I had
Half Heart,
COVID,
The
couldn't
Things We
go.
Carry. That one. That will do that. That's one of Danhausen's favorites of all time. We shall do the Gaslight Anthem, the 59 sound.
I got to see the Gaslight Anthem live, actually. They were
Yeah, so
fantastic.
did Danhausen. He saw
Yeah.
them with the Bouncing Souls.
Really good.
Yeah, it's very good live. Wish they were a band still. I think they might be kind of, but not sure.
Maybe
Then
hiatus.
we'll do Blacklisted, Heavier Than Heaven, Lonelier Than God.
Okay.
That five?
I think that's five.
I
I
think
wasn't
that's
counting.
five. Also,
be
this
honest, I
will
wasn't
switch probably tomorrow. So
Yeah.
it could be Crime in Stereo on there. You listen to them ever?
No.
They're very good. You should check them out. All of their albums are a little bit different, but they're good.
All right. I will check them out. I'm really into Turnstile's album this year. Have you
Oh,
heard
okay.
that?
Yes, Turnstile is great.
Good
so
stuff.
if you like Turnstile, you'll probably enjoy some of the Crime in Stereo stuff. It's not the same, but it is in the same family, if you will.
All right. I'll check that out. Another top five for you. The top five things Danhausen can't leave the house without.
Sweater, this sweater. Little bit of red under the eyes.
Mhm.
Let's see. Well, we left the house without the jar of teeth today. So wad of money.
Has the
that's
teeth,
three
has that been a
things.
shortage because of the injury, or has there actually been more teeth collecting?
No, there's been less.
Oh, yikes.
We're not out collecting, so it's
Yeah.
quite difficult. Right now, cannot leave the house without these crutches, which
Mhm.
help Danhausen move. And then, but of course, we cannot leave the house without Davis, Danhausen's personal assistant.
Mhm.
So he's been helping Danhausen get foods and all of that stuff. He bought him ice cream yesterday.
Oh, wow. What flavor?
Oreo McBlizzard or whatever they're called.
Oh, yeah. Those are great.
They
Fantastic.
were quite wonderful.
Yeah. Really
You
good
ever heard of
stuff.
McDonald's?
I have.
Oh, it's a local place here. They seem to be popping up everywhere else. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I have tried their McFlurries, I believe they call them.
Oh, yes. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. The machine sometimes doesn't work. That's unfortunate.
Danhausen's cursed him.
All right. Speaking of that, top five things you can do to get cursed by Danhausen.
Ah, here we go. crossing Danhausen, swearing, trying to Hausen things and tell Danhausen he's wrong. Where they go, actually, it should be this Hausen. No. Danhausen decides what's Hausen. Is that 3?
Yep, that's 3.
Oh, getting into Danhausen's monies, costing him monies. And what else? Trying to steal Danhausen's image, number 5.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, the recent one I saw in your Twitter, you're dealing with some creeps too.
Oh,
That's
yes.
got to be one. Being a creep?
Yes, you know what? Actually, we'll cross out that last one and we'll put in being a creep.
Don't be a creep.
Don't be the creep. It is horrible.
Stop being creeps, people.
Weird.
Christmas is coming up. So
yes,
in the Christmas
Massachusetts.
Spirit, what does Danhausen want for Christmas?
Oh, Danhausen wants a drum set, a wood-paneled PT Cruiser. What else? He still has not gotten a blimp, and Danhausen would like to be back on television.
How is it this long and you still haven't gotten that blimp?
Dave Honor never did it.
Never honored that blimp? No honor?
No, false promises. Danhausen would not shake their hand if he saw them.
Maybe you reach back out to The Rock. He seems to have all that $7 money, right? He's making movies left and right. Maybe he
That's
could get you a
true.
blimp.
Maybe we could do some sort of Pee-wee's Big Adventure style movie where Danhausen gets his blimp. Produced by The Rock.
You know, that movie really scared me as a kid, though. Large Marge.
Yes, it is terrifying, isn't it?
I didn't like that. I didn't like that
Also,
at
the
all.
snakes. There's snakes in that movie.
Now, speaking of Christmas, very nice, very evil things. Santa Claus and Krampus enter a wrestling ring. Who do you think makes it out?
Oh, Santa Claus seems to have some magic powers.
Mm-hmm.
Krampus just seems to be evil.
Yeah.
Believe if Santa Claus dropped to one knee and yelled, "Hello, Krampus," and punched him in the groin, probably would win.
I think he would. Yeah. That's a good one.
Probably Santa Claus.
Are you a fan of the Krampus himself or no? Too evil?
He's trying to look like Danhausen too much. He's not. He's one of the people who's going to be on Danhausen's list of being cursed, to be quite honest.
Well, he's trying, but he only has the half, right? There's no very nice side.
Yeah, he is true evil, yes. Santa Claus is a little bit of both.
Another one. Who are your best friends in the wrestling business? I know, obviously, Egon, your friend.
Oh, yes.
Other than him, who are your best friends in the wrestling business?
My, we're going to get in trouble here because whenever Danhausen gets asked something like this, he's going to forget names and just instantly blank with his brain. But first 2 that come to mind are Egon, but of course, and Jake something from Impact Wrestling. Danhausen text messages them all day, every day.
About mostly action figures, I assume.
Action figures, cartoons, movies. We usually ask each other if they've seen a new movie or a new cartoon of some sort. But those 2, Danhausen's going to group text with them, text them all the time.
In terms of the cartoons, the 90s cartoons that you're a fan of, Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman, the animated series, which one is the coup de grace for you? Which one is the best?
It is definitely Batman, the animated series.
I'm glad you said that. Do you have a favorite episode?
Oh, Feet of Clay is good.
Yeah.
I'm
a big Heart of Ice guy myself.
That one is very good. Joker's Favor.
Mm-hmm.
But he's driving next to that person.
Yep.
And what is it? He cuts him off and he says, "What are you, a clown?" or something like that. And then he is a clown. So that one is the one Danhausen remembers the most because I think that might be the first. Also, that is the best Batman movie, Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's one of the best Batman origin stories. It's just like definitive. It feels like this is the concrete one. I also love Christmas with the Joker when he cuts off the broadcast.
But the animation is a little bit off on that one.
Is it? I haven't watched it in a bit.
It is.
I would watch it around Christmas.
It's a weird episode. It is good, but it is a weird episode.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite Christmas movies?
Well, Home Alone is Danhausen's favorite Christmas movie. It's a pretty good Christmas Vacation. That one is nice too.
Home Alone's my personal favorite. I like Home Alone. Are you into the whole Die Hard? Is that a Christmas movie argument?
Danhausen's never seen Die Hard, to be quite honest with you.
You've never seen Die Hard?
He's only seen Die Hard with a Vengeance, like
that's a good one.
Times. They've watched that as many times as possible, but not Die Hard or Die Hard 2.
You should really go check out Die Hard. You don't have to watch Die Hard 2. You should watch Die Hard, though.
We shall watch Die Hard, I suppose.
All right. Thank you very much for joining the show, Danhausen. It was an honor to finally get to do this. When that leg is healed up, when it's fully cybernetic and you've got all of the power back into it, I would love to get you to come into Barstool HQ. I'll give you a tour. I'll introduce you to everybody. Yes. Everyone, subscribe to Love That Danhausen on YouTube. Subscribe to Danhausen on Patreon. Give him your money. And follow him at Danhausen AD on social media. What's the AD stand for? Ad?
Yes, it is an ad for Danhausen. That's right.
Okay. I figured. Danhausen, I really appreciate the time. I'll catch you next time.
Yes, thank you for having Danhausen on. I appreciate it.